twist my body like this, you have to gain flexibility to this extent. No, it's definitely not needed. Here, what state your mind is, that is what matters. Since you haven't reached that state, okay, let's take one common example. Someone who's highly intellectual. For them, you just give this basic understanding of whatever I just said, that is enough for them. If you have had a chance to meet intellectual giants, we call them as Gnanis, Gnana Yogis, always on the path of seeking knowledge. For them, it doesn't matter which posture you do, how the body is. If they sit to study, they just sit in one position. That's it. They sit for hours together and then they continue to do whatever they do. So you may ask, does that mean that they have done a lot of asanas? Definitely no. They mastered one asana. What? Just sitting comfortably in one position. Since you have not understood this reality, we are doing hundreds of different asanas so that you reach there. You understand this? To have this kind of insight, to gain this insight, is why you are doing all the different asana practices. We do handstand, we do headstand, we do shoulder stand, we do twisting, backward bending, we do stretches. We use a lot of props to correct the alignment of the physical body. See, that is one part of the yoga sadhana. But you have to understand this. Okay, why am I doing this? If I don't do asana, then there will be a lot of uneasiness. If you're that kind of a person, then asana is for you. For there are a lot of people, even for me sometimes these days, I don't feel like doing asanas at all. I feel when I move the body, it's disturbing the consciousness. I feel like, okay, the mind is disturbed. I feel like the intellect is, wavering. I feel no need. How? But it takes years to reach over here. You feel like, okay, there's too much of movement. Nah. When you reach a state where you just sit comfortably in a cross-legged position, actually you feel complete. And there is this completeness in the body. And this, even for me, it happened after years and years of practice. So you can start the practice, but I understood this and I started. Whomever I learned from, they said this. See, this is where you are right now. Don't just stick here. Have this insight, because the enthusiasm that is there is what is going to lead us to wherever we want to reach. Now this enthusiasm is very essential. For what? To gain mastery. And once you gain mastery, you say, okay, thank you. I've done with the first part of sadhana. Let's go ahead. Makes sense? You have to pursue, you have to continue to do whatever you're doing, but know what is it that you have to reach by practicing this. Don't just stay over there. Practice this for 5 years, 6 years, 8 years. After that, go to the next stage. Or in this journey itself, parallelly pursue other things, other practices also. Starting your asana practice, dedicate some amount of time every day for intellectual studies. Start developing this habit of spending time with like-minded individuals, what I call as satsang. Take up seva, serve to share, not just the monetary means. Serve as a means of, through action, through words. So to understand this one truth, it's not possible for every individual. Since not everyone understands this, we have all these different techniques. So we say, you do this, you do that. After doing all these different practices, you reach over there. Arthaita? Ekam sat vipra bahuna vadanti. The truth is one, but the sages call it by different names.